must be Tuesday. Stephanie, how you doing?
Our favorite day of the week.
It's our favorite day of the week because our show is every Tuesday from 6 to 6:30 Eastern Standard Time and kick unhealthy relationships to the curb. I always look forward to this because the guests that we have are incredible lately. I mean, all the guests are always great, but especially today too. Erika is going to be really a wealth of information.
Yeah, I love being able to go through my community of different Facebook groups that I'm a part of and reach out and get some really amazing people to share their experience and help other people to really transform their lives. So it's really fun to be able to meet all these great people.
Yeah, we've been doing our show for about 3.5 years now, and we are learning through your book, what a healthy relationship is and what an unhealthy relationship is. And talk about your book for a bit.
So my book, Being Loved Shouldn't Hurt, is all about my story of overcoming the cycle of toxic relationships, rediscovering who I am, and really stepping into my full power. And so it's really meant to inspire the reader for anyone who's feeling maybe currently stuck in their own cycle of toxic relationships. If you've ever been in one or know someone that's in, this is a really great opportunity for you to get some good advice, get some good green flags and red flags when it comes to relationships, and hear other people's stories so that you can remind yourself, no matter how long you've been in a toxic relationship, no matter what you've experienced, it is possible for anyone to change and overcome their traumas. They just need the right support. So that's available on Amazon. Go ahead and grab a copy. It might not be for you, it might be for somebody else that you know and love. So feel free to pick up a copy and share.
Yeah, we have a diagram of a list of the healthy love relationships and the unhealthy love relationships right there. Do you agree with that list, Steph?
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's so many of them that are up there, the unhealthy love. And I think when people look at that, a lot of times they see very often the unhealthy love amongst themselves and their friends, and they don't even realize what's considered healthy. So really great to look it up sometimes and kind of just remind yourself, is this, because when you're in a toxic relationship, you question everything. Like, is this real? Is this unhealthy? Am I making up that this doesn't feel right? So, if you're wondering, this is a great opportunity to look at this over and remind yourself what actually is healthy and what isn't.
And through the years, we've had a lot of younger viewers too, like high school and junior high level, looking at this. Their parents are talking about the differences between a healthy love and unhealthy love. We have a little video we want to show the younger people out there to kind of go over those differences before we bring our special guests on. Let's check it out.
Wow, you really like Nora, don't you?
Yeah, she's awesome. I just hope I can be awesome too. She's my first girlfriend, so I'm really new at this. I mean, this will literally be the first year I don't take my ant farm to the spring fling.
That's why I'm here. Let's have a talk about healthy relationships. As you get older, it's normal to feel more independent from your family and closer to your friends. Some friendships can develop into romantic relationships, where you feel a special emotional connection, which could also be physical or sexual. Relationships can be amazing, but if they're unhealthy, they can also be complicated and stressful.
So how do I know if my relationship is healthy?
Whether friendship or romance, every healthy relationship is based on respect, equity, and communication. In a respectful relationship, each person is valued for who they are, so you can feel confident expressing yourself or saying no to something you disagree with, without fear of being judged or ignored. If someone regularly teases you or pressures you into doing things you're not comfortable with, it shows a lack of respect and could be a sign of an unhealthy relationship. It's also important for both people to be treated as equal partners. Then you can cooperate and compromise together in a balanced way, while respecting each other as individuals. If someone tries to control their partner or the relationship, for example, by making all the decisions or sending tons of texts to check up on you, it's another bad sign. In a relationship with good communication, you'll feel free to say what you mean and mean what you say. When disagreements come up, you can discuss them openly, listen to each other, and find a solution. And you'll both be willing to apologize if you hurt each other. In an unhealthy relationship, disagreements may be met with silence, or one person may try to pressure, bully, or belittle the other into agreement. The bottom line, in a healthy relationship, you'll feel good about your partner and yourself.
Thanks. My relationship with Nora feels really healthy so far. Man, the spring fling is going to be so much more fun with her this year. Oh, sorry guys.
Well, those are for the younger people out there. Do you agree with that, Stephanie?
I thought that was super cute. And I love, as a former teacher, I love that they made it really simple and easy to understand so that a kid could take 2 minutes and watch that and not feel like, not feel like anyone's pointing any fingers at them or making them feel judged or anything like that, but just saying like, hey, this is what you should be aware of. Because I mean, even adults don't seem to realize how important those 3 things are when it comes to a relationship.
Right. And just so our new viewers out there don't know anything about Chapters Community Support Services or our Chapters Network, we do things through networking, collaboration, support, and providing that platform where unity and diversity meet one chapter at a time. www.chaptersnetwork.org. Basically, we help people through transition and to support them, but not to enable them. It's more about empowerment. And that's what we've been doing in all our shows on the network, kind of geared towards that. And tonight, Erika NiCole is such a great guest. I can't wait to bring her on, but her bio is very extensive. So we want to bring her on. Erika NiCole is an Amazon best-selling co-author and certified life coach whose sole heart desire is to work with women that are ready for more in their life. Women that are ready to stand in their true essence and shine. With her plain-spoken style of delivery, Erika shares her lessons of life in regard to her own healing in sisterhood, marriage, parenting, and so much more. Erika is the founder of From Vision Board and Beyond, her accountability coaching program, where she works with ladies to take their life far beyond the pretty pictures and motivational words of their vision board and help them cultivate the lifestyle of their dreams. Erika has built a strong following as a social media socialite with our social media tips for network marketers, her daily devotional live streams on her social media platforms, and her love and passion for women in network marketing. Erika, are you there?
I am. Hey, guys.
Thank you so much.
Hi.
You're a busy young lady there, Erika.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Welcome to the show. That's Stephanie. I'm Steve. We do this thing every week, but you also have a podcast. Talk about your podcast first and why you do that.
Steve, I started my podcast in 2020, right at the end of the pandemic. So I launched it in November, December. I have been doing live shows on Facebook since 2015, going live every day, just encouraging and motivating. Something God kind of called me to do and pushed me out there when I really didn't want to, and really just showing people just normal life of healing, just normal me being me, going through my journey of healing, my toxic relationships, my bad decisions, my motherhood, my wifehood, just all of it, and my network marketing. People kept asking, you have a podcast, you're so inspiring, you're so this, we need you out here. And so one day I just looked up and there we go. Now I have a podcast and I'm about 2 years in. On my podcast, it's called Speak Life with Erika NiCole. I am AKA Erika Speaks Life all over social media. That's my passion, is to speak life, to hold a space where women can heal and truly become who they are. And I think it's so important to speak life because so many times we speak negativity. Y'all talking about negative relationships and bad and toxic relationships. And that comes from that negative recording that we play in our head where we think we're not enough, we're not deserving, we're not worthy. And sometimes that's from trauma. And so it just kind of helps people move forward. We've been doing a lot of interviews because, of course, being Mental Health Awareness Month, we have had interviews after interviews of just helping people heal. And I'm super excited about it. I look forward to more years of it.
Isn't it interesting how that, like what you said, like, I didn't really know if I wanted to do it. I was called for it. Now I feel like I have to. Like, I completely understand that. I find that when you have that calling, where there's that little voice inside of you that's like, hello, you have to do this. And you're like, oh, but I don't want to. Doesn't it? I think those days, because there's hard days when you do this. I mean, let's be real. But those hard days, I feel like it makes it so much easier to push through the figuring things out stages when you have that that intuition, that feeling, that, you know, that little voice that God's speaking to you saying, you need to do this. Do you feel that way too?
For me, speaking is my sweet spot. It gives me life. There's no other better way to say it. Yesterday I was in the bed sick. Today I wasn't feeling all that great. Even up until going live, I'm like, God, give me what I need. Give me what I need. And as soon as Steve is like, hey, Erika, boom, it's on. It's go time. And that's because I know what's inside of me. And so I totally agree with you, Stephanie. It's that when you know that you know that you know that you're in that vein, that you're doing exactly what you've been put here to do, all the rest just kind of falls into place.
Erika, does your personal journey have taken you to this point right now? Has the things that happened in your past made you the person you are now and the work that you're doing to empower other women?
Absolutely. Life is a lesson. Life is one big lesson. And everything that I've been through, good, bad, and indifferent, has made me who I am today. I'm not perfect by any means. I'm still going through. I'm still lifing. And because of that, I think it just is. It just is who I am through the divorce, through losing my daughter, through having a child that's a suicide survivor, just everything I've been through, the loss of jobs, filing bankruptcy, you know, just all of that. It makes us who we are. And that's what I bring to the table. And that's what I share with my speaking audience.
Did you have a why me moment back then when you were going through this adversity?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I had adversity, through life. Life just was never easy. I was raised by a single mom. It was just me and her. And life was hard. I'm like, it was beautiful. Life was life, but life was hard. But I remember losing my daughter. I remember carrying her for 8 months and going to the hospital after having my baby shower. I'm supposed to be induced on Monday. Well, hey, I'm here on Sunday and she's no longer there. And I remember asking God, like, why me? Why my daughter? And I remember him saying, well, I lost my son. Putting it all in perspective. And that's not what you expect, right? When a woman gets pregnant, we carry a kid for 9 months and we expect to have a baby. Well, that's not my story. And it's not a lot of women's story, but it makes me who I am today. Yes, at the end, I had another baby. I have a rainbow baby. She's 23 now, and her story is amazing. But her story makes her who she is. And because I was there with her, it makes me who I am. And that helps me be able to hold space for other women to heal, whether they're a suicide survivor or their child is a suicide survivor, or whether they're dealing with depression, whether they're dealing with the grief and loss of a child, which no parent should bury a child. It's supposed to be the other way around. So there's so many things that I've been through, and not that I've been through anything unique, because we all have our stories. God just happens to use me in a way where I live a very transparent life, and he uses me from a stage perspective or behind a microphone in any way to help others get through their time as well.
Do you feel like, one of the things, I actually literally just had this conversation with my clients last night, was all of those horrible things at the time that you went through. If you can take that and use that pain to help yourself make better decisions of how you treat yourself, how you treat other people, how you show up in the world, it gives it more, I don't want to say purpose, but it makes more sense, when you go through it. And like, I have clients, when we were talking about it last night, they were saying like, well, I don't know if I've forgiven them yet, or like, I don't know if I've healed all the way on my journey yet. I'm like, where is the point you're getting to? Like, what point is going to be, oh, I'm there, I've healed. What about saying, hey, I've experienced these things, and then using all of that to help propel you forward? Is that kind of, because it seems like that has been your experience.
Well, my thing is, why not let them go? What are you holding on to them for? Why are you holding them hostage? Because when you're holding them hostage by quote unquote not forgiving them, you're holding yourself hostage, because now you're taking up all this space in your heart, in your mind, in your body that holds that trauma for being angry with them or not forgiving them. And every time you see them, you're rolling your eyes, you're sighing, you're this, you're that. 2 years ago, I went through a divorce. And me and my ex are friends, and we're really good friends. We hold space for each other. We have family functions still. We went to church together just until recently. And everybody's like, I don't understand how you do it. Well, I don't understand how not to do it. Because the bottom line is he's still family. We're still connected by kids, by grandkids. He still helps with my mom. So why be angry?
Right.
It's a choice. It is what it is. I can't go back and fix the past. All I can do is go forward. And that's really how I look at life. And I think I always have, Stephanie. I don't ever remember a time of holding a grudge. I just don't have time for it. And furthermore, I don't have time for keeping a grocery list of who I'm supposed to be mad at and not forget. Because I'm going to forget. I'm going to forget I'm mad at you, and I'm going to see you, and I'm going to be like, hey, girl, oh, we not speaking. Because of why? Like, why am I not mad? It's just stupid to me.
I love what you're saying. There's more people with that kind of mentality and thinking, this world will be a whole better place. This is Kick Unhealthy Relationships to the Curb. We're here every Tuesday night from 6 to 6:30 p.m. That's Stephanie McPhail. I'm Steve Vaccaro, and tonight we have Erika and NiCole. Now, Erika, explain to our viewers out there, Master Life Healing Coach. What do you do regarding that title?
Well, Master Life Coach, I just put in the hours. You know, they say once you put in so many hours, you can grab that title of being a Master Life Coach. But I really focus on healing. My goal is to use the Word of God because I am a kingdom coach. I do operate in the prophetic and through the Word of God. But I also operate in just regular coaching principles to really help people walk through healing, to unpack the junk, get rid of it, and move on with life. I'm not a therapist. So understand that therapy is therapy and people need therapy, but sometimes you also need a coach to help you unpack and to forgive yourself. Sometimes it's really easy to forgive someone else, but it's not easy to forgive yourself. And then take that pain and turn that pain into passion, turn that pain into purpose. Most of the time I do it from stage. You see in various pictures of me on stage, either emceeing a panel or being a keynote speaker. But the goal is really to help people heal and deal so they can push past the pain and step into their purpose.
And how do you establish rapport right away? Because you're an MC, you're impact speaker. What's the key to your success to connect with people during these settings?
Because I'm extremely transparent. I live a very fishbowl life. There's not too much people can say about me that I haven't already said. So I'm very honest with my life. I'm very honest with my hiccups. And I truly believe for me, so that I operate like I would want to see a speaker operate or anybody that's helping me through something. Tell me what you've been through and then tell me how you got through it. You can't tell me about something you've never experienced. If you've never lost a child, you can't talk to me about losing a child. You can't talk to me about getting up on days you didn't want to get up and getting past that. But if you show me those nail holes in your hands, if you tell me about the things you've been through, now I can connect. Because in real life, we're more alike than different. But a lot of times people like to sit from this place of haughtiness, of perfection. And when you're sitting from that place, I can't connect to you because I'm just a regular old person. I'm just a regular old person with flaws and issues. And I just need to know that I don't have to be perfect, but I can heal. And that's how I truly believe I make the connection. Because when you see me, I really hope you can see you.
And that's one of the things I think is so great when you are so open. You know, when I first wrote my book and I first was interviewed for a podcast and I had to share my story, it was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to actually do this. Like, I'm going to actually share what I experienced and people are going to know the deep, dark secrets of me. Right. And so I was so nervous about it. And the opposite pretty much of what I thought was going to happen is that all these people came out of the woodworks and they were like, oh my gosh, this happened to me, that happened to me. And they started sharing their experience. And I find the more that we open up what we have experienced, the more it gives permission for others to open up. And it doesn't have to be exactly the same story. We don't live the same story.
Yeah.
But it gives other people permission to say, hey, I can empathize because I had something happen to me as well.
I totally agree. I remember the first anthology I wrote in was Living and Loving After Tragedy. And I got in it by a fluke. Here I'm coaching a client that's a widower, and I'm telling her, oh my God, I have this anthology. I think it would be really great if you write the story of you and your husband's transition, right? I think it would be a key part of your healing. And she looks at me and she says, well, I will if you will. And I'm thinking, this is not what I want to do, but I tell the story. I tell the story of losing my daughter. In that story, I also tell the story of abortions, of premarital sex, of the guilt and shame of losing my daughter, how I felt. I tell all of this. It was the most healing and rewarding writing that I ever did. And then someone saw me talking about it on Facebook, doing a live, and they said, I want you to come speak. That was my first paid speaking engagement in a church. So now I'm in a church and I'm talking about the abortion. I'm talking about my decisions. I'm talking about having sex before marriage. I'm talking about these things. And when I'm done, women of all ages, all creeds, all nationalities, all different religions are coming to me, telling me their stories. They just needed a voice. They needed a reason. They needed connection, and to know that it wasn't just them. And I provided that for them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I love my partner, Stephanie, because she tells the story of what she went through. It's really the foundation of her work, that what she does. And as a therapist, it took me a little longer to get my story out there because my orientation was a little different. But I see what you're doing, Erika, and that's the connection, that you're connecting with these women quickly, and they're getting where you're coming from, and you're able to coach them in such a big way.
To me, it just makes a difference. When I'm sitting down, even with a therapist, I like connection, because connection is community.
Right.
No one wants to go through this thing alone, called life, period. The ups, the downs, the valleys, whatever it is. And when you're able to connect with someone on whatever level that is, it right there, that brings about an instant level of healing, in my opinion. And it's just, I love the work that I do. It's one of those things that, if you can do something for free and do it for the rest of your life, this would be it. And I just love what I get to do. I love when I get to see women truly step into themselves and just shine that light of them and operate in that place of passion and power, and taking that pain and making it, instead of letting it eat away at them, right? Giving it a voice and giving it power, no matter what they've been through. And it makes all the difference for me in the world.
So, Steve, we were talking last week with a guest. We were talking about, how the country is right now, and there's this big divide going back and forth, right? And so, my big thought is constantly, how do we bring people together? Because that's really what we need. We need to stop. It's not us. It's not them. It's like, how can we bring us together? And I think that what you're saying is so key there, because I don't care what side you're on. We've all experienced some stuff,
Absolutely.
in different ways. And if we can start looking at, like, what do we have in common, as opposed to how are we different? Right. And we start seeing each other through the lens of, we're human beings having a human experience. How can we connect with people? I think, how much more beautiful the world could be if we start just seeing each other from the soul level, as opposed to, pointing fingers and all that's been going on lately. Especially.
High five, sister. High five. You hit the nail right on the head. And that's the thing. We are more than alike than different. Period. Mm-hmm. It's easy to say, oh, we bleed red blood and all of that stuff. But I'm a mom. You're a mom. Mm-hmm. I got a mama. You got a mama. Like, we've been through life, and we have so many shared experiences. I think that, what's that game? If You Really Knew Me. Right. And then you step up if you've experienced this, and step up if you experience this. And when you're in that room and you get to looking around and you're realizing, oh my God, I didn't know she went through that. Or, oh my God, I didn't know they went through that. Well, if we took the mask off, right, and quit, in lack of a less professional word, faking the funk, right? We hear that. Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. No, don't fake it till you make it. Mm-hmm. Let's be real. Let's show up as our real selves and deal with our real issues and connect and have community, and quit with all the hatred, all the shaming, all the finger pointing, and move forward, because this world is getting so toxic because of it.
Agreed.
This show is one of the fastest shows ever. I mean, this is like, we can talk and talk about the great work that you do. But Erika, what's your goal for the remainder of 2023 and maybe 5 years down the road? Where do you see you going with the work that you're already doing?
Heal more families, because when you heal a mother, when you heal a woman, you heal family, you heal generations to come. And I want to heal more. I know through my healing journey, as I healed, I was able to help my children heal and my mom heal. And that's the work I want to do. That's some of my kids I'm missing too in that picture, and one grandkid. But I want to heal more families. I want to help more families obtain a level of freedom, mind, body, and spirit.
Wow,
Love it.
How can people get a hold of you, Erika?
I'm easy. Everywhere on social media is Erika Speaks Life. Erika with the K, no C. My website is the same, www.erikaspeakslife.com.
Wow. Erika, we're going to have to get you back on the show because, again, you're doing wonderful work, and we hope you feel better. And we're so thankful that you joined us here tonight.
Well, thank you guys for having me. I love an easy conversation. And this was easy. I love what you guys are doing. Thank you for your work in your book. I can't wait to get into the book myself. But this has been an awesome experience.
So, Erika, next time you come on, we're going to make it more complicated and tougher for you. How's that?
I like it easy, like Sunday morning, Steve. I just like it easy.
All right. God bless. Thank you so very much and all the great work that you do.
Thank you. God bless you too.
Thank you. Stephanie, unbelievable. I mean, week after week, we have these wonderful people that are doing wonderful things.
Well, and really, I mean, it makes me tear up because I think about, it's such a shame that we can't have more people think this way and see this way. I mean, how wonderful, if you can go into the world and lead with your heart instead with your head, and realize everyone is going through something. I mean, how much nicer could we be to each other, in our experience, and how much better could the world be if we all step into our own power and stop judging other people and instead putting that energy on healing ourselves. It's good things can happen when we start working on ourselves. So I love the work that she does. I think that Erika is wonderful, and yeah, we'll definitely have to have her back.
And week after week, we feel the passion and the vibe that each person brings, and almost, it's contagious almost. You get even more. I get more inspired in the work that we do, because sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes you have to, you're having a difficult day and it's hard to get out. You're sick or whatever has happened. But when we have a guest like that, like each week, it doesn't get better than that. So Stephanie, great work. Thank you very much for everything that you do. And we'll see you again next week, right?
Sounds good. Have a great week, everybody.
God bless. Take care.